Hello, this is Chris with Kunze Analytics. Today I'd like to talk about a topic that has to do with my recent attendance of the PSYOP conference in Chicago this year. I met with Jim Wexler from Persona Labs and Unlimited Experiences. He answered a question for me that I've had for some years, and that has to do with measuring general mental ability. What happens if doing so becomes impractical or difficult? So I'd like to show my viewers today a screen that deals with different dimensions of general mental ability: aptitude, cognition, thinking styles, as well as different categories of cognition, so learning ability and information processing, and three different categories of thinking styles: risk appetite, decision-making style, and inquisitiveness and intelligence. There are 16 different factors on this spreadsheet, and you can see that they are measured either on a low, medium, high percentile scale or on a standard 10-unit scale. There are four factors that have really caught my attention, and I look at the first one, interesting, is executive functioning. Someone who's on the high end tends to have a greater capacity to plan tasks and adjust actions to unforeseen circumstances, likely to manage and analyze complex information with more ease. And then managing uncertainty, being inclined to tolerate more uncertainty when decision making, and someone who tends to feel more comfortable than others when the future is unpredictable, unlikely, or likely to tackle ambiguity well. A third factor dealing with thinking style, future orientation. Someone who's high on the scale tends to have a long-term orientation in decision-making, where the impacts of choices are considered in terms of their future outcomes. And then the fourth scale that I'd like to call attention to is innovation potential. Someone who prefers novel and experimental approaches, likely to have greater affinity for change. So this brings me to the topic of gamification and game-based assessments. They reduce the time to hire by 60%. Client feedback is 85% positive, and they tend to reduce overall costs by about 25%. And if you look at my phone, you can see an example of this, 9 different languages. And if I push a button here and select English, then the video game uploads onto my phone, and I'm able to play Skyrise City. In about 25 minutes, the assessment is able to determine these different factors. So that's what I'd like to bring to you today, to consider game-based assessing. Give Kunze Analytics a call if you're interested, and thanks so much for watching.